Hello everyone, welcome. We've got a brand new Destiny 2 showcase. I'm joined by Gassy and BurkeBlack. We're watching to see what's gonna be happening in the future of Destiny. I got my raid jacket on, you know, it says, that's me. If you didn't realize that, welcome to the channel. And we're gonna watch this. I think it's about 90 minutes long or something like that. Let's jump into it. Let me unmute them. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to start a recording.
What is he doing? No way!
Oh my god, was?
Yeah, well, here's a showcase.
I'm expecting a lot of craziness here just because of how many people they've sponsored to watch it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, they're not messing around, I don't think.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Like many of you, I've been playing games as long as I can remember. They're a core part of what makes me who I am. I believe there's this deeply rooted, often unstated mission of games to keep adventure alive. In 2014, Bungie set out to start a new adventure. Heroes awakened on a desolate planet. A silent god set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's door to destroy us. Over the years,
like 6 years,
our heroes would shape a story far greater than anything we could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus, hunting a machine
take you
god
guys on
that
some of the
controlled
raids.
Time itself. They'd invent ways to combine their
I'd be
mythic
down.
weaponry
It would just take like an
and their
afternoon or a
paracausal
stream.
abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others, an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning into halls of an ancient city where only a select few emerged victorious at dawn, clutching the heart of a dragon. But most importantly, they'd bring their friends and their family into this world and together meet new faces on this adventure who would become lifelong companions. Now, together, we approach the final shape. We're about to embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes. In the final shape, you will go inside the Traveler. The journey will be difficult. And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced. There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come. Whether you've been with us from the beginning, joined us somewhere along the road, or are looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world, a vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open. So today is your invitation to go forth and adventure.
That's a weird way to put that.
Accepted.
You don't like peeling things open?
No, just like there's no video guides, no testing. I think he's trying to say like all MMOs are figured out before they release.
After all these years,
Kind of.
we never talked about it. Why I brought you back.
Whoa.
Why you were chosen. The truth is, I didn't know then. It was just a feeling. But I know now. After all we've seen, all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you one last time to rise.
The hell? Was that an axe? Oh, I want that axe.
This is a momentous time in Destiny history. We've been building to this moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that, as a developer, you just don't get very often.
Guardians and allies are fighting the biggest threat that the universe has ever seen in this big culmination of the Light and Darkness saga.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that makes you feel nostalgic for the entire journey you've been on.
Maybe.
When we were resurrected by ghosts at the very beginning of this story, we didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help. And it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe from what the Witness intends to do.
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the pale heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
The Witness has the darkness. It has always had a connection to it. The pale heart of the Traveler is what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
The Witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's trying to put the universe into this frozen perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be. That is the final shape.
If we're going to defeat the Witness, it's going to take everyone. Failure is not an option.
We're going to need the Vanguard, all of our allies, and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of oblivion.
In the final shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey, where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost, get to reconnect with Kade 6. So, while there's this great conflict and everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights, it's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together for hundreds of years.
It's always good when your game builds up to a major moment like this and it literally spans
Sure.
a decade.
In the final shape, we're going through the portal that the Witness has opened up to confront it and stop the final shape. Inside the Traveler is this infinite, vast, unknowable, and we're landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
The Pale Heart is weird. It's a little strange. It makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. And it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
The Witness entered well ahead of any Guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
This is the Traveler recreating the world in front of you as it saw on your journey.
We're gonna have all the callbacks.
One of the most memorable
Sort of like a
locales
greatest
from
hits
Destiny's
of Destiny.
is the D1 Tower.
Wow,
It's really a labor of love from the Destiny team. The final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think players are really going to be able to see that.
The Pale Heart is our very first linear destination that we've ever done. I would love it if players felt that they began their journey in a place of safety and feel it escalate in danger, in surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things that are more and more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's monolith. It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
The weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping. Kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together just wrong.
The sense of scale you get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a Guardian. You feel alone. You feel like you are not the force to be reckoned with that you have been. You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
We are not him, Max.
One of the things that we really tried to also capture is that the Witness keeps throwing everything it has at you.
I should also note that
And so we're going
this
to
stream is
fight
sponsored.
these new enemies, the Subjugators.
Probably should have done that at the start. Sorry.
Subjugators are the
Whoa.
new unit you're going to be facing
New stuff.
in the final
Yeah, new
shape.
units.
They have an enhanced power set. They're performing stasis powers and strand powers to face the Guardian, well, in support of all the other enemies you're fighting too.
They bring something entirely new to the battlefield, which is kind of this element of control.
They're back there pinging away with stasis abilities,
cool.
throwing crystals at you, freezing you in place, tangling you up.
That's neat. Instead of just being a raw brute force sign, it's something that does CC.
We're focusing you on the campaign and only the campaign.
Is that a wolf mask?
It's the most important thing in the universe at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Kade.
The campaign is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the monolith and finished the campaign, we open up the entire destination. And so the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
Oh.
The campaign in the final shape doesn't really end with the final mission. The raids are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the Witness, you're going to do that in the raid. But that might not be enough. This is a moment where we need to rally all Guardians to be able to overcome the final shape and the Witness.
Cars exist in this world?
Yeah.
Well, it's like he showed up when our world was, like today.
In the final shape, we are inside the Traveler.
I remember that bit
to
of
this
the lore.
energy. This allows us to have new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive powerhouse, but also can benefit your allies in a support capacity. There is this thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds.
Oh, that's
The
that
Warlock
axe.
Super is its ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all these projectiles going off, doubling the amount of projectiles. Your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around, and then it hits a character and bounces off and
That's
goes
sick.
to another one. And you're so overflowing with this energy that you are also giving it to your allies, allowing them to have their solar weapons supercharged.
Whoa,
applying
that seems
Scorch when you're
strong.
shooting.
The new Solar Warlock aspect, when I cast my Rift, it is going to create this little solar soul that when it sees an enemy, it launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
It just feels very alive. Twilight Arsenal. It's a layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The Titan jumps up into the air, summons this giant void axe, throws it, summons another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it. And when these axes fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy, do their void gravity thing where they suck a bunch of energy.
That
and
looks
enemies
sick.
explode.
I might have to play
But
Titan
that doesn't
finally.
destroy the axe. The axe sticks around, and you and your allies can go and pick up that axe and start
that's
wailing
sick.
on enemies.
I want to
with
do
it.
that.
This super is insane to me.
The Void Titan aspect, I press and hold my grenade button to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The more damage it takes, the more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
Nice.
Cool.
The
What is the hunter?
Arc super.
Arc is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points. The hunter kind of rears back, takes this knife and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position, do the slash that just decimates anyone nearby.
One really great thing about that is not just you do it once, but you're able to do it 3 times, along with devastating attacks each time you do it.
The hunter has an aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies you and any allies near you.
It almost makes it feel like you're playing a fighting game, right? Like these combos that you're chaining together to do these different moves. It like takes that sandbox to the next level.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know? Like that instantaneous, like...
That was good, but I think it's more like...
I think I'm a Titan player.
You know?
I like it, I like it.
Yeah, that Titan stuff was cool.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have Tessellation, which is this exotic pyramid fusion rifle. It has the really intriguing property of adapting your Guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot. So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout.
Whoa.
Tessellation has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile.
That gun's gonna be
It's a really special
OP.
weapon.
What's the one specific exotic that I can make that's like really zany that you would like right now?
What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What if you could harness the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn it into something that feels unique in Destiny 2.
We have to bring Kvatstav into the fold.
The Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
And Dragon's Breath. Burn the world, burn it all. In the final shape, we have new weapon subfamilies coming, broadening what existing weapons can be.
Really like bordering on exotic functionality. So for example, we've got a rocket pistol sidearm subfamily. We always liked the special ammo sidearms. This fires tiny, slow-moving rockets. They hit very hard, do a bit of AoE damage. They have a mixture of regular weapon and rocket launcher stats. We're also doing a new support weapon subfamily.
The support frame auto rifle is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies.
Oh, wow.
I'm really excited to bring it to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
That's kind of crazy.
Pretty
Weapons
big
team
utility.
is always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild ideas, which we're pretty excited about.
Like you could straight up be a healer now, I guess. Weird.
Come on, take a load off. We've got a lot to cover. This place is only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so. I'm back! Hey, you two, give me a sec.
He's back?
I was magnificent.
He is indeed.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? Get your rock off my map. Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't. Well, better get back to it.
Look how devil-may-care cavalier he is.
He's so cool.
It's the perfect Nathan Fillion
In this
character.
moment where we're driving to the end of the Light and Darkness saga, it's great to see Kade like return to this world at this moment with all this change about
Hey, everybody.
to culminate
I'm back.
with this confrontation
It's me.
with the long-standing enemy, the Witness.
Kade is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Kade goes through in this journey, how he serves as a catalyst for the other characters, the events that are uncovered to have brought him back. This is how the story had to end. There was no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Kade here alongside his friends to finish the job.
Once we started digging into the nature of the Pale Heart, I think that crystallized Kade's role as a guide. Kade is Virgil, and he's our guide through this other place. Kade is the one who is the most appropriate person to be the guide, because that's his job. That's always been his job. It just feels so natural for Nathan to be back in the booth. It felt amazing to just see him slip back into the role, like, without missing a beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Kade's the glue that's always held Zavala and Ikora together. Having him back puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how he's been taken down this dark path, and you think about the weight that's been on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together, having Kade's voice of levity and brightness that he brings to that group. I think it's going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
We want people to
Why is
take
he holding
away
the
that
rooster?
sense of reunion
'Cause he's
and that
Kade.
idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
Hey, gang, we got a rooster.
Wherever the hell here is.
His name is the Colonel. Oh.
Yeah, it's his pet.
Guy's got a pet rooster. I'm about it.
Guardian, the Witness poses a dire threat. And the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek. But only if we contend with her sister, Xivu Araf. It rests with me. Will you come back from this? Do not be afraid.
Yo, things are getting spooky.
Yeah.
Well, that's that queen.
Bring me your tithes.
I think this is.
You now wield hive magic.
Is this today's
and
season,
having
Chad?
primed it with your light. Assault the Spire, Guardian, and open the way to our tithes.
Whoa.
Let them know fear. The deck of whispers.
Yeah, this comes out today.
When they do whisper.
Oh, really?
Fight in my name, Guardian. Every opponent you defeat strengthens me.
So we fighting the Witch Queen again?
No. We're fighting Hive.
Fighting with her?
Well, that's Eris Morn, but I think she's become Xivu Araf. I'm not sure.
Right, obviously. So it's foolish of me to miss that.
You have found the horn of battle. You are deserving of the greatest death I can bestow.
Huh.
I like that little
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. I like that.
The Season of the Witch is our opportunity as players. We've been annihilating and breaking Hive spells, and now we finally get to cast them.
At the end of Season of the Deep, we learn that Savathun has the key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Imaru, her ghost. Imaru's like, not so fast. We've got a bigger problem first, and that bigger problem's name is Xivu Araf. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good
It's a
idea.
wild ass idea, yeah. She determines like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire. We are channeling all of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
Bring me your tithes.
What does that mean for the characters and the player to kind of like be like Savathun? And that's where we went down the path of having Hive Eris. We wanted to extend that magical fantasy into the player then. That ability to have overwhelming magical power, that risk and reward into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like Deck of Whispers. It's this magical deck of cards that creates amazing synergies with your buildcraft meta and with buffs and the activities.
They can then choose these cards
Kinda
at will,
roguelike.
whichever ones they want, and then that really leans into the
Whoa,
build
that's a lot of
crafting.
cards.
You actually are getting cards that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
I'm such a sucker for deck building. Like being able to like bring that element
much you want to bet they're
into
going to release
Destiny gameplay
actual
has just
cards
been
that
like,
you can
oh,
play with?
just- it's really fun.
Maybe.
Like regular playing cards, but you know, looking
Yeah.
like these.
Yeah.
If they have enough, if it matches up, you know.
So we've got 2 brand new seasonal activities coming with Season of the Witch. We've got Altars of Summoning and Savathun's Spire.
Savathun's Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing a lot more with the Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high
Tarot
amount
cards,
of
potentially?
combatant
That could be
density.
cool.
It's got additional random encounters that you can come across.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun's Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're there in order to learn as much as you can in order to become a master spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun. The Altar of Summonings activity is really exciting because you can spend like 20 minutes in it or you can spend 2 hours in it.
It's a 3-player experience that you can hop in and hop out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is filled up, you'll get progressively more rewards. And then finally at the end, it'll cash out and you'll get a whole mess of rewards.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We really wanted to make sure that there was a home for any exotic mission content coming in seasons after the year has passed. And so we developed what we're calling the Exotic Mission Rotator.
Right away, we're getting Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making. It's some of the content the fans and players of Destiny love the most. The most exciting thing, outside of just the missions themselves, is that every time we put a mission inside of that rotator, the exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable. With Season of the Witch, we have a brand new Vex lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch of really tight gameplay experiences. We wanted to make sure that we focus the combat a little bit more. With the new Vex network map, we really wanted to make sure we hit is like, hey, you're shoulder to shoulder more often. There's not as much deep sight lines that you're interacting with. And a lot of the flow of the map is actually built around this like kind of central pillar of the Vex network that you're orienting around.
And there's also some modes coming too, right?
We've got a new PvP game mode coming that's all about relics. It's about multiple relics, so it's not just one like the Scorch game mode from the past. So we've got the shield coming from Vault of Glass, we've got the spear back from Season of the Risen.
And we got the scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Yeah, so you're gonna be reaping Guardians with that thing. It's a lot more tactical gameplay. It's all about running around the map, claiming these relic dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
I will take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapons.
The season
in
seems
my
good, Chet.
fist.
We were feeling pretty Hivey this season, obviously. There's something in the air. And so when thinking about like, what's a good raid reprisal that would really suit this very Hivey season, there's only one answer.
This big reveal. There's a new raid. Oh, new old raid.
I have seen what the Hive call a god.
I wonder how much is going to be different. I don't even know if I did this raid back in the day.
Only a true weapon of the light can stop his wrath.
The armor sets for this raid were fire, says Kade Kagerushi.
Yeah.
Making me want to play Destiny.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you want to, I can show you the good stuff of Destiny if you want to do like a stream.
Heading into the final shape, we really want to
I will
rally all
Sherpa you
Guardians
to the
at the
good
end
stuff.
of the Light and
I'd
Darkness
do that.
saga. We want to reduce those power barriers as well as catch people up on key story beats and make sure that they have a really great and easy
So-
time connecting with other players.
I don't know if we could actually do that because you might have to grind a little
In
bit
the
to get
final
to
shape,
it.
we're trying to find ways to make power
I'd have to
more
think about it.
simple and easy to understand, and also
I'd probably
lowering the
jump
barrier
into
to
it
entry.
solo just
It's going to make it
see how I
easier
take
for
it,
players
you know?
who have
Yeah.
not been able
This
to
is
jump
BurkeBlack's
into
mantra
game
nowadays.
easily because they were
I'd probably
outlined
just,
by
I think I'd probably just do it
challenges
solo.
in grinding for the
Hey, Burke, you want to play
power
games?
levels that are required by
I
these
think I'm
different
probably just going to do it
One
solo.
of the major changes
All
that's
right.
going to be happening starting with the final shape
Well, you know,
is
you don't
there
want to
are
be
going
like
a
shepherd
certain
around
number
when
of
you're just trying to
activities
start
that
a new
are going
game.
to
You know,
be
you just want to
power
see if you
fixed.
like it first.
So it doesn't matter kind of what power level you are going into it.
If
You're
I get
always
hooked
going to
on
be
it, then
able
it's
to
like, all right, let's
approach
do
it.
something.
There's still going to be tiers of difficulty that you can do, things that are just meant to be experienced a certain way.
Things like Nightfall strikes that will still have power enabled, and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there will be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring
Oh,
your
wow.
friends along to play any dungeons and raids in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level.
Oh shit, well there you
The person
go.
with the highest power in your
Bingo.
fire team is actually going to bring all the others close to their
That
power
is
level,
incredible.
which means that there's no barriers really for any other guardian to join
Didn't you just
in
say
this
that
high level.
that was a problem?
Combined with Fire Team Finder, it also allows you to
They just-
strangers, people you've never
they just
played
took
with
care of
before,
that
have
grind
same experience.
problem you were
That's all
just,
regardless of
explaining.
the power level of you and the rest of the people in your fire team.
Fire Team Finder is
I
a
just
new
need them to
feature that's
announce
coming
one
in
more
season
thing. You
23,
can play through the
aimed at
entire
helping
story.
connect and find other people to
get
complete
caught up.
the best
That
and
won't
most
happen.
aspirational content in Destiny. We have a tag system that allows players to be able to
Oh,
say,
drops
well,
are working,
this is my
apparently.
playstyle.
Oh, they
I'm here
are?
to chill.
Drops,
I'm
there you go.
at
I just
my
got a
spot.
drop.
I'm just really here to have a good time. Exactly.
Quick, put it in your
Tags
title.
allows players to show a little bit more personality, show a
Already
little bit
hated
more
you
about
on
what
that.
they're about. I think what's really
Well, I
great about
didn't
it
on
is with
advisement
this
from
launch,
JP.
we're also looking at
Yeah, the
using
drop
inclusion
systems were
tags.
down.
As an example, one of the inclusion
I
tags
thought,
that we have
like,
are
I can't
for
link my account.
colorblind players. Hopefully the inclusion tags will
I
bring
just
players
checked on
closer
drops
to
and it
finding
said it
their
was connected,
community
and I was
and,
like, I guess
even closer to the people that they're playing with. So once a listing goes live, players will be put into a listing lobby where players can gather, they
Yo,
can communicate
that's
with
sick.
each other.
That's
so
very,
we wanted to make it as convenient and
that's
as
kinda
easy
Final
as possible
Fantasy,
for
right?
players to not just
Chad?
sit
Like
and
14's
stare at
Party
a screen
Finder?
for a long time while their listing actually fills up.
As a gamer who's typically more solo, I'm especially excited about this because it really is about helping reduce that
very Party
anxiety
Finder.
and burden that comes with trying to make a new connection.
Well, enjoy your drop, everybody that got it.
The feature coming out today that I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have
Yes.
done is we've went back to previous expansions and
Oh.
pulled out missions that we felt really represent key narrative beats
Whoa.
within our story. We are going to have a mission for Forsaken,
There you go,
a mission
Burke.
for Beyond Light, as well as a mission for Witch Queen.
Thanks for the memories, Guardian.
The neat thing about these
Thanks for
missions
the
is they're not going to be
memories.
like one-to-one for how you would experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happened, and here are the people you met along the way.
It's like
A really
Express
big
Story
really timely
catch-up.
for
So you can
Final
go
Shape
back
is
to old
Kade's
stuff.
last stand from Forsaken. This is a moment that a lot of players, new and old, are going to come back to Destiny. I think this is just the right time to introduce features that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless of their power level.
JP, do you
Yeah.
want to know? Do you want to know how I know that Burke was sleepy this morning?
Well, how's that?
We're reaching the end of this
Because in
10-year
his
journey.
title, and I
What
believe
comes next?
still in
The
his
episodes.
title, he
And the new
copied
way
and
we're going to tell
pasted,
stories moving forward.
What's really important about
from the
episodes
sheet,
is that
where
it's
it
a really
says
big
hashtag
shakeup
Bungie
for what
creator
we've been doing.
and
Instead
sponsored.
of providing
Yeah,
4
well, my
seasons a
keyboard
year,
died.
you are going to get 3 larger episodes.
So I
And
I
the
looked up,
first
I
3
noticed I did that, and I
episodes
was
in
like, you
this
know.
coming year are called Echoes,
What is?
Revenant, and Heresy. It's coming
what is
right after
this?
the final shape. And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the final shape. I think what's really the cornerstone of the episode model that we're building is the 3-act structure. The acts act as these anchors for us to introduce new weapons, new artifact mods, new activities. There's going to be new missions coming around the core. There'll be new story moments in every single one of these acts. We're actually providing more cinematic styled experiences throughout the final shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
These new stories are actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
You're going to be able to basically enjoy them in any order you want to.
I think the opportunity with this big epic moment is that we get to innovate the game. We get to move the game forward.
It's all about change frequently. It's all about deeper story moments. It's all about more weapons, more loot, more often.
I think
and it
that's
really
a good
provides
change.
the team with a platform to go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story of any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
I'm so excited to see what the narrative team can do with this kind of new platform of storytelling. Episodes provides this awesome foundation for the future of Destiny.
I'd have to look at the timeline again to see how I feel
I think
about
some
that.
people look at the final shape and they think Destiny 2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite. We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes provide us a new,
Pedal
innovative
to the
way
metal,
for players
Commander.
to engage with Destiny 2 throughout the year.
What makes
So
a
do you-
guardian a guardian? A guardian. Devotion, bravery, sacrifice. We know that we were chosen for a reason. By something greater than ourselves.
Guardian. Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle, we are forged and sharpened into what we must become for the fight ahead. We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery.
Bravery inspires sacrifice.
Sacrifice leads to death.
The line between light and dark is so very thin.
Huh.
Ooh, I like that.
Let's cross it together.
That was neat the way they did that.
Yeah.
There are things out in the dark that only the dark can overcome. Trust me.
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity.
Our purpose is its end. This time, there is no escape.
Cool.
It's going to be an exciting year for Guardians. We get to make good on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was classic rock blasting, a fire team racing across our solar system, and at the end, a simple message: become legend. Today, you got a glimpse at how we'll be cementing your legend in this upcoming year. We're going to be heading inside the Traveler, experiencing a destination unlike anything we've ever built before. We'll face the biggest bad we've ever made, and we'll do this all alongside a streamlined progression system, allowing us to easily play with friends in any content in the game. And as the dust settles in the final shape, we're going to continue our legends in Echoes. It's Destiny's first episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians, with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch, with a new story, new weapons, new armor, new activities, and new PvP content, all alongside a series of story catch-up missions, allowing any of your friends to jump into the game and get up to speed on what's happening in this world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End
God, that's
is going
next
to join the
week.
ranks of our aspirational content.
There's too many video games.
There's
I
too
can't
much
wait to
coming
see you
out,
all in
yeah.
the Throne World as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
Gamers are never happy. There's either too much or nothing happening.
100%. Yeah, this is honestly like the most it's ever been.
Yeah.
There's so much. Does
There
that
is a
launch
lot,
the same
though.
day
This
as Starfield or whatever?
I don't know.
Bring me your tithes.
I know she's saying tithes, but I keep hearing like, bring me your tired. You know, bring me your tired.
After all these years, all we've lost.
I'll probably do the new raid.
This fight
Especially like
might be.
It's kind of messed up because now you could just be like, all right, Tom is going to be the person that's going to grind power this season, and we're all just going to get leveled up to him for the raid. So Tom, have fun. We're going to go drink. And he just like goes ham and levels up. Oh, collector's edition. Uh-oh, who's going to spend some money? It's probably me.
Wearing that jacket.
Please don't be cool.
Oh, it's gonna be cool.
When we create a collector's edition, we try and recreate items from the universe for players to enjoy outside of the game. So this year we're doing a Destiny 1 tower. We really try to work hard at thinking about 10 years of Destiny and how best to encapsulate that experience.
I don't know if it's meant
Even
to
as
be painted.
a game dev who've worked on it since day one, like I think having it be the tower is super exciting for us because it's going to kind of catalog your journey of a player from when you first started playing Destiny all the way to now. The tower, it's kind of like the beacon in which you're a place you can call home.
You get the tower, and then there are actual figures of the Vanguard mentors that accompany that architectural model.
And there's a lot of like hidden messages and hidden things.
There's gonna be some fun surprises. We're always trying to push the envelope.
Does it talk?
And so we've been playing a lot with magnetic locks and sound effects, and lights, just sort of make this experience as a whole really special. It's sort of the perfect symbol.
Maybe it's not meant to be
Destiny.
painted, I don't know.
I'm so excited for it.
No, I don't think it is.
Me too.
Huh. Probably open up a bunch or something. So Chad, if you pre-order the final shape, you get that exotic that they showed, right? That like changes to your element, like solar or whatever.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they do. Okay. I guess I might grab that.
You know you're gonna get it.
I mean, the exotic's probably super strong. So, did that pull the two of you in?
I'm interested now that I can do that story recap thing when I play it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always the divider for me for stuff like this kind of content for big games that have just this massive lore and so much you have to get through to kind of get up to speed. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If I can jump in and be able to experience it as like a player that's coming back after not playing for a long time or new, you know, really to Destiny 2, then that makes it so much more accessible for me.
Right.
Because there's just not enough of it for me to experience all the gaming stuff that I want to.
Totally. Yeah.
Not anymore, Vin.
No. All right. We're going to cut away. That was the Destiny 2 reveal thing. Showcase. That's what they called it. We're going to watch this post-show and then probably roll into Gamescom. I'll record Gamescom and put it up. Shout out to Destiny 2 for sponsoring us on stream to watch this. The YouTube video was not sponsored, but it's one and the same, so we're just posting it as one. It's fine. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought, if you're going to be jumping into Destiny, if you already play it, etc. Make sure to hit the follow button. Make sure to sub. Make sure to do all the things, like the video, etc. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I got to go and pre-order some. See you soon.